warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My full name is Nur Amalia Shahida binti Shahini. Today I would like to present to you the introduction of the poverty. So poverty is defined as a situation whereby an individual or a group lacking in the necessities for their daily needs and financial resources. Poverty is defined as the situation in which one is earning from work are insufficient to meet the fundamental human requirement. Poverty-stricken individuals and families may be deprived of adequate housing, safe drinking water, and nutritious food and medical care. Each country may have its own poverty line that determine how many people live in poverty. Poverty is a form of the social exclusion which occurs when a person or family falls below a certain income level. Next is, poverty may be quantified into two main ways, which is absolute poverty and relative poverty. So, let me explain more about these two definitions of the poverty. First is absolute poverty. Absolute have a certain financial rule. Absolute poverty happens when a person or family does not even have the bare minimum of income required to satisfy the bare essential of life for a long period of time. In all other words, they are unable to satisfy their most fundamental necessities. When a person falls below this level, the survival is challenged. The next is relative poverty. On the other hand, is affected by the market climate in which one lives. Relative poverty was described as the level in the poverty which varies depending on the situation, such as the market environment. When a family receives 60% of their average household income inside their own economy, they were also in the relative poverty. They also have some money, but still not enough to buy much more than the bare necessities. This group of people cannot afford the usual pattern of activities and opportunities that average income may partake in. Relative poverty can change due to the current economy. For instance, relative poverty rate in Malaysia are expected increase due to the cost food and beverage, clothes and furniture rising into the 2% to 3%. But the basic salary about Rm1,200 still not change, and how can the families group can afford the new pattern? Of course. Last but not least, poverty have the negative impact on the children's health, social, emotional, and cognitive development, behavior, and educational outcome. Children are born into the poverty are more likely to experience a wide range of the health problems, including poor nutrition, chronic disease, and mental health problems. That's all for me. Thank you.
Joint program on reduce poverty in San Pedro region of Ivory Coast. The program operation started on June 2015 until April 2014. The aim of this program is to reduce poverty by creating economic opportunities for women and youth who were unemployed and socially excluded. San Pedro region of Ivory Coast was selected due to three issues addressed. First, about the socio-political instability in Ivory Coast that began in 2020 and the post-election crisis of 2010 and 2015, followed by armed conflict. The opposition candidate Alassane Ouattara and number of country organizations and leaders worldwide claimed that Ouattara had won the election. After months of attempt, negotiation and separated violence, the crisis entered a decisive stage as Accra forces began a military offensive in which they quickly gained control of the most of the country. The second issue is a very low rate of registration in civil registry, which is 46% of the youth less than 18 years old are not registered. This would exclude them from legal civil document and encourage spiral of exclusion. At last, they have limited or no access to basic social service, social protection system, and financial service. This will enable them to generate their income-generating activities. In addition, growing tension in the communities with violence and lack of information about individual rights especially affects women and minors, this putting them at a disadvantage as vulnerable groups. There are three main objectives in this program. Firstly, create economic and job opportunities through productive, income-generating activity development and local entrepreneurship promotion. Second, ensure food security and improve nutrition in the poorest household. Last, increase access for vulnerable groups which are women and youth to inform on their rights and legal assistance for better economic integration.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Aina Binti Safi from KAM1105C. My metric number is 2019224088. So the parties that were involved in this program included the United Nations Participated Organization, which is the legal basis for the relationship in conducting operations that will be the regulated cooperation between the government of Ivory Coast. On the contrary, the United Development Assistance Framework governs the relationship between the UN agencies and national governments, including the United Nations Children's Fund, United Nations Development Programme, Food and Agriculture Organization, and UN Women who have pooled their financial resources in order to carry out the activities which developed a public-private partnership. Therefore, regarding the local partners that have involved between this program is the government, such as the Ministry of State, research institutions and private sectors, such as the Road Maintenance Fund, the technical national agencies, namely National Agencies for Rural Development. As a consequence of this program, their targeted group are youth associations groups, women associations groups, as well as the local leaders. Firstly, the youth organizations are often thought of as youth-driven or non-profit and voluntary non-governmental organizations. They are usually formed to advance their members' political, social, cultural, or economic aims. Secondly, why they choose the women associations and groups is because these groups are responsible to ensure and facilitate effective participation of women's organizations and social movement working for gender justice, gender equality, women's human rights, including the sustainable development in UN policy areas. Lastly, the local leaders can lead economic planning efforts in their communities, building on their official community plan and role in guiding growth. This group was also ought to plan and deliver services in a timely manner, be responsible for preserving culture and tradition as well as encouraging the community cohesion. Next discussion will be the method of implementation. The joint program will be implemented based on two components, which is the development of the local economy as well as focusing on food security and nutrition. Firstly, the development of the local economy. This component strives to provide economic opportunities and a long-term employment for the target people, such as the local entrepreneurship. Next, this method can create a decent jobs and increase local community revenue while focusing on the vulnerable populations such as for women and youth. For instance, a direct assistance such as vocational training and working tools will be provided for women and youth. Subsequently is for food security and nutrition. The purpose of this program component is to promote household nutrition and provide food security. The expected benefits include increase in the agricultural and animal production capacity for the poorest people, including the recuperation of classified forests in the intervention regions. The last part is the program of the budget. The program coordinator will develop an aggregated budget that shows the budget components of each participating UN institution as part of the budget preparation. The total budget for this program is 3.3 million. The SDG fund is responsible for 44% of the entire amount. On the other hand, the total amount that has been requested from SDG fund is 1.5 million. What will I like to explain on the strategy is the plan will identify all possible donors as well as their top priorities simultaneously through the coordination of the joint program. An information campaign to mobilize resources that will be organized. It will rely primarily on the detailed media presentation of the joint program priority action areas in accordance with the mandates of the various organizations, which will greatly enhance their contribution to the achievement of national national priorities. The table shown above shows the budget funds and aggregate amount requested for the broken down by UNDG harmonized budget category from the respective categories involved in the programs. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Najwa Akilah binti Ishaq. The next part, I will explain the benefits of joint program on poverty reductions in San Pedro region. The first one is development of agriculture among small farmers. The agriculture can help to reduce poverty in the San Pedro region. The increase of productivity of agriculture will boost the small farm incomes, expand the food supply, and create more employment opportunities. There are 2,000 women and young people receive assistance with money-generating activities, allowing them to produce a variety of agricultural goods, and therefore it will raise their income. A total of 494 vacancies were provided to women, and of these 54% were involved in the agriculture, fish farming, and the food processing sectors. As a result, 916 small farmers who were provided with the employment possibilities were able to increase their productivity and farming skills. They can produce a harvest in a large quantity. The technical training given to the small producers as well as better seeds provided will increase the rice yield by 6 to 9 tons per hectare, which double the amount of paddy produced in 3 to 4 cycles per year.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day I wish to sir and friends. My name is Falisa Kamarina binti Cik Jafri and I am from KAM1105C. For my part, I will be talking about the benefits of a joint program on poverty reduction in San Pedro region. The second benefit is food security and nutrition. Food security is meant by when we ensure that everyone has access to affordable and nutritious food to lead a healthy life. It is important to ensure that the poorest and most vulnerable people have access to food. So, by having a joint poverty reduction program in the San Pedro region, agriculture and livestock output has increased enough for the region's poorest residents to have enough nutritious food. This is due to the fact that this program has benefited the group of producers in terms of technical support to help them increase their production capacity through training in adaptive farming techniques, rehabilitation and development of the site of production, providing input such as seed, small agriculture product, equipment, insecticide, fertilizers and others. So, this program proved that food insecurity can be reduced and the people in the San Pedro region will receive enough nutrition through this program. The third benefit is job opportunities rise. Unemployment and underemployment are the main core of poverty. For the poor, job opportunities are often seen as the only good thing they can use to improve their lives. Through the creation of a joint program on poverty reduction in the San Pedro region, it has been working towards inclusive growth by creating decent jobs with a particular focus on skill for young people and women. Job creation and communities have been strengthened through technical and financial support in areas which are from agriculture to education and health. This can be proven that the program has contributed to the creation of 960 jobs, of which 494 are for women. Most of the sectors that work from there were agriculture, fish farming and food processing. That's all from me. Thank you.
The last benefits of this program is enhancement of gender equality and children's rights. It is particularly important in Ivory Coast to provide support to women who can get access to legal information and specialized counseling through legal clinics and a wide network of local organizations and individuals. These judicial clinics, which are run by the Association of Female Jurists of Ivory Coast, provide legal assistance and judicial services to women, with particular attention paid to those who have children who are at risk of abuse, neglect, violence, or exploitation. Furthermore, the centers give assistance to children who were unable to be registered at the civil status registry within the prescribed time frames or who were unable to get birth certificates. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Alif Aiman bin Jamil and today I'll be talking about the recommendations for improvement. The first is to create a more cohesive teamwork among NGOs. How do we achieve it? By creating a method in which all these different NGOs can coexist and communicate with one another, This is to overcome the problem of rigidity of procedures and decentralization, which ends up saving time for the entire process. Next, providing instructors that speak the native language. Why? To increase trust between the youth and the instructors, as the students are more keen on following the self-development approaches, especially in education, since they can relate to them as they both have a common ground that's relatable, improving communication. Lastly, the improvement of transportation efficiency. Since all farmers work hard on producing the livestock and crops to be sold to the buyers, it is a shame that some of them have gotten rotten during transportation due to too much time taken to get to their destinations. That's why proposing to use modern vehicles such as 4x4s, trucks and others, as well as development of roads connecting farmers to buyers are needed to efficiently deliver goods without any worry on whether the goods will get rotten or not due to less time taken. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shukran bin Abdullah, and for the conclusion, the SDG of non-poverty is one goal to eradicate poverty in all of its aspects remains one of the humanity's greatest challenges. Despite the fact there are too many individuals continue to struggle to meet even the most basic human requirements. The Sustainable Development Goals represent a bold commitment to finish what they started and abolish poverty in all of its form and dimension by 2030. Last but not least, whether or not all individuals, regardless of color or ethnicity, have the chance to prosper is critical to our achievement of these objectives.